From yonder northern plains, Arctic winds blow. Okay, I'm gonna do a little Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash. I might get in DoorDash later. We'll see what happens. Little food delivery video here, whatever I'm trying to spit out after my epic introduction. Do this little video about my winter gear. I'm gearing up for winter. It's no joke. It's coming in a couple days. I gotta get down to Starbucks coffee. See my wind guards here. I'll put all this stuff down in the description if you're interested. Talk about it later. I gotta get going. Fargle. All right. So let me explain some of the stuff I got here. Under my helmet, I have one earbud. For some reason, that one falls out of my right ear. I don't know why. When I jiggle my helmet, my left ear is steady, but for safety reasons, you probably shouldn't have your hearing totally blocked. I got the left one in, synced to my phone, of course, so I can hear what's going on. Got my electric gloves. I'll make future videos about this. I'm just kind of putting this video out now because in about 48 hours there's supposed to be an Arctic blast coming here. It's gonna be 5 degrees. Right now it's about 40 degrees, 41 degrees. So we're not all the way there. So I don't have to wear these at this point. But these are pretty cool. They don't work all that great. I think for safety reasons, they probably are not allowed to make them too hot, which makes sense. At first I didn't think these were working because my hands were kind of cold, but then I realized they actually work pretty good because they don't actually make your hands feel warm, but you're not gonna get frostbite, right? It's kind of hard to realize how, you know, they actually work pretty good, but they don't work good enough to just use them by themselves. So a windscreen is number one, man. Windscreen's number one. So I got a turtleneck on. You saw in the picture, I got this hoodie on. It goes around the bottom of my helmet and stuffs it. And I never actually wore a motorcycle coat before. And go figure, they actually know what they're doing. This is important right here. See the neck? You don't let air into your body. This is really wonderful. I can't believe how well this works. I'm totally impressed with this jacket. It's called Streets and Steel brand, and I actually found this scavenging in one of my videos a long time ago, for those of you that watch that. And let's see, this is actually dangerous. I don't have these on here right. It's just kind of an experiment. I basically bought them because I figured they'd be good material, and I don't have them on right. It's just kind of a work in progress. I got a couple of days here. I'm gonna clog that hole up, and with these and the electric gloves, it's gonna work really good. And like I say, they're not on there correctly. They're designed, real quick, they're designed to have a rigid, like, bark buster out in front, so these don't touch your brake levers. But uh-oh, there we go, my earbuds working. Walmart, $17 for 28 miles. That Walmart delivery, as far as I'm concerned, is just a total disaster. This is basically all being run by people that really don't know what they're doing. They don't have a lot of experience yet. It's going to take years and years for them to get experience to realize how bad some of what they're doing really is. But I couldn't get I took the turn signal off, and then there's no, like, the wiring is, I couldn't find a place to separate the wiring, so I just ended up cutting holes in these guards. They're only going to be on here for about 3 months. And it's a real good material. I figured it'd be strong material, and I was right. And $17, Walmart. The Walmart stuff's a joke, man. You go there, and they just got all these individual items in a huge bin, and they sit there and try to pick them out one by one to find them. and Walmart uses the first name initial and the whole last name, right? And you go there and they're like, well, we use a different system, right? Uber uses the first name and the last initial. So, you know, stuff like that, it's just like almost unbelievable how bad some of this stuff is. It's not synced up. I can hear it in my earbud. Walmart $6 for 10 miles. I mean, I got one just before this, $31 for 51 miles. That's just garbage, man. But they'll figure it out. It's gonna take them a long time. But I just want to make this a cold weather video. I'm kind of getting sidetracked here. And okay, I started about 9 o'clock. Let's just call it 9. It's about 10:15. Take time off for the fiddling with the camera and yapping like I'm right now. And let's see where I'm at here. I'm running Uber Eats and I'm running Grub. This is Grubhub. T-shirt or sweatshirt type material, and then a turtleneck and a hoodie. So that's four layers, and then the coat is 5. Five layers here. Thermal underwear, Levi's. 2 pair of socks with an open toe mesh sneaker. With a scooter. This is a wind block. Right, my feet go here, so it's different than on a motorcycle or a snowmobile or skiing. This actually provides a lot of wind break for your legs and your feet and your toes. So I'll probably be able to get away with this all winter. Maybe get some wool socks or something. Yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting something. The windscreen, the wind blocking the wind chill is number 1. Basically, I was thinking, how else should I describe it? Have you ever been skiing, downhill skiing? That's basically what this is like, right? That's how you want to be dressed. So I've taken one on Grubhub and one on Uber Eats. The tip hasn't come in on that. That's going to be close to 11. And then over here on Grubhub, I turned one down and I accepted one for 12. So let's just say $23 in a little over an hour. And there's another Starbucks. $5, 4.5 miles. We'll take that. I like Starbucks. Starbucks and McDonald's, 2 corporations that their packaging, right? their package is just ready to go. You just grab the bag and go. So Starbucks, McDonald's, they make it simple and a real professional type pickup. Oh, I passed a girl on a scooter. This is a university town, so lots of people on scooters. This is painful, right? This is basically impossible to do. A lot of you might watch and might not be real interested in this subject, but if you were in a situation where you're like, oh, I gotta go across town in the wintertime on a bicycle or a scooter or a motorcycle, it's painful, man. It's basically impossible. It's the constant wind chill, right? The wind just non-stop. It just it sinks in, and it's just pain and impossible. But I seen this girl on the way here on a scooter, and she just had a headband around her ears, and she didn't have no protection, and she was just freezing. I just looked at her. She was just in pain. She didn't have any kind of wind breaks. I don't think she had gloves on, and she was sitting there rubbing her hands. I didn't look at her real close, but I was in traffic getting out, taking a turn. But she was just, you could tell if people was just cold, right? It's not being cold. It's pain. It's physical and unbearable pain. So this is really good information. Full face helmet. Just think wind, block the wind. Even taking, like, if you're in a situation. If you're prepared for this, it's actually can kind of be enjoyable. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's basically impossible. If you don't have the right clothing, just taking like a cardboard box and putting it under your shirt, it blocks the wind, and it's amazing how well that works. Just something like that. I was thinking about putting a little screw in a little extra, like a piece of plexiglass here, about 4 or 5 inches out, because it does catch my toes a little bit. But I'll think about doing that later this winter, see how that goes. But all right, let's get to Starbucks again. See that bag? That's a beautiful sight. Gotta read the directions too. People get angry for knocking on the door. I'll never get used to that. People get mad for knocking on the door. Okay, take photo. I learned this is a good thing to do, take a photo. That way, I didn't think about it. I've learned a lot. There's scams people can run. So if you take a picture like that, it tells the customer where you left it, and it's proof for you, right? So yeah, no, I did take. So when I was pulling out of the Starbucks parking lot, another lady on a scooter pulled in, and I think she was delivering, and she had it all right. She was dressed probably better than I was. Snowmobile suit, thick black boots, and she had the factory trunk. It was a big scooter, like a 200 300 cc, and full face helmet, and she had it all right. But I pulled up to her, right, pulled up like she was right here, and I get her attention. She was wearing earbuds. I had to get her attention. I was like, hey, hey. She's like, hey, and I just went like this. I went. She's like, oh, that's a good idea. And I was like, no, it's a great idea. She's like, your hands. So yeah, it took me a couple years to actually figure that out. I used to make these homemade out of like milk jugs or something, and then I need to put a reinforcement on here to get them off the brake handles. Like I say, this is a work in progress, but I want to get this video out. I'm thinking about getting like a big Allen wrench and clamping it down to the turn signal steel post, and get it up off those brake handles, because it's dangerous. So if you do, that wasn't on there, look at it. This is the quad lock. These are really nice. I do it right-handed. I can't do it left-handed. Let's try that again. I'm on a hill trying to not go backwards into this car. There we go. So okay, let's get out of this parking lot. Like, my hands are totally warm right now, but if I start touching stuff with my bare fingers, like my screen, right, or the ice cold metal, all right, I can't operate my phone without it. So my hands can be really warm, but as soon as you start touching stuff that's cold, it's kind of interesting how that coldness will slowly start soaking in, right? And your hands would normally be warm, but right now I got these two fingers. I'm getting that cold feeling, right? It just kind of soaks in over a couple hours. So there's a lot of little tricks and stuff you can do. There's one more issue with like the helmet. The cold air comes in under the helmet. See, I have it very well blocked as it is with my turtleneck and my hoodie, right, and my other shirts and stuff, but it's almost impossible to stop the cold air from going up inside your helmet and in your face and your nose, and it makes your nose get cold and your nose run and stuff. I actually have an invention I'm thinking of where I'll show in a video here in a few days, and I might try to sell it on Etsy. To stop the cold air from going up in your helmet. That's the one missing link of what I'm showing you here. That's the one issue that I need to solve to be just totally comfortable. So when I'm inside my suit here, when I'm blocking the wind, it's like I'm sitting in a 70-degree room, right? It's really that nice if you do it properly. The cold air coming up into your helmet, you can stop a lot of it, but it gets uncomfortable. It gets uncomfortable with the turtlenecks and all the clothing, and then like, see those buttons, and you start choking yourself, and it gets really uncomfortable, right? So I have an invention to stop that wind and still be comfortable. And the second thing I wanted to say was just to repeat, the last thing I want to say is just to repeat, this is dangerous. This drink holder here is dangerous. I'm just so used to doing stuff like this that I deal with it. But like my knee, it says connected to the seat, the steering wheel, the steering handlebars. That can make you wreck, right? So the drink holder is dangerous. Anything you put stuff on your handlebars is dangerous. So if you get a contraption like this for your bike or your motorcycle or your scooter or whatever, snowmobile, make sure you follow the directions and listen to what they say. Okay, so see those rigid hand guards? That's what you're supposed to have out here, right? And these turn signals are in a bad spot, but I've done this many times before, and I mainly just wanted this material because I knew it would be giantloopmoto.com. I knew it would be the right kind of material that I wanted, that I could customize and do whatever I went with. But all right, I'm just gonna shut up now, and it's 11 o'clock. It's not too busy for some. Hanging outside Chipotle, I figured I'd maybe pick up some orders, but it's been pretty slow here. But we'll see if it picks up. And I'm just gonna try to make some money. I'm gonna probably head towards home and see if I can pick up some runs going up that way and have some lunch and stuff. This video is basically gonna be over. I'll show you how much money I made. I'll put out another gear video for you folks that haven't seen that yet, and I'll review my scooter here in a little bit. And I've had this scooter for 4.5 years. Anyways, if you're interested, future videos, man, I'll pump a few out here in the next week or so. All right, heating up here. That's literally just where I was at when I turned the camera on. It's not the way I wanted to go. That's Grubhub. I was just sitting right there last time the camera was on, waiting for Chipotle. But I have another order, so we're gonna reject this one. I got this one on Uber Eats here, Tangiers. This is a real popular place, man. They must have some good food. That's just a little local joint. But I got this ready to roll. I forgot to say this. These electric gloves have touchscreen index fingers and thumbs. See that? It's a special material. Watch this. See that? Look at that. I meant to say that when I was talking about touching cold stuff. Those electric gloves come in handy for that. And basically, the wind is your enemy. The wind, it's not the cold, it's the wind is your enemy. So think about blocking the wind. Totally block the wind, and that's basically you've won. When you block the wind, you've won the situation. The wind is your enemy, folks. The wind is your enemy. Hi everybody, they call me pretty. $65 on GrubHub, $85 on Uber, $150, $151, 7 hours ish.